Welcome back, everyone, to the High Tempo Sports Podcast, episode 57 this week. It is a Saturday after Black Friday, after Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. It was different, but it was good.
Yeah, it was a weird one. Yeah.
Food was good though. Still.
Oh yeah. It never. I mean, it doesn't matter who you're with.
Yep.
How many people you're with. The food is always going to be good.
Food's gonna be good. And that after Thanksgiving, that sleep, there is just nothing better than the sleep after Thanksgiving.
Especially if you. Well, it's even better if you get to take a nap. Like,
I didn't get to do one of those.
Neither did I. But I'm saying if you do,
Yeah.
that's even better.
Yeah.
The naps hit different.
So different.
Because it's like you eat enough food where you're not you're full, but you have to eat dessert.
Yeah.
Like you just have to. It's Thanksgiving, so then it's just way over the top.
Yeah. There's like something in turkey that makes you sleepy. Too.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't know what it's called.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, there actually is.
And it is just so good. So good.
Now we're getting into Christmas now.
It's
I mean,
Christmas season.
I've always been a guy after Thanksgiving. Christmas is here, not after Halloween, because that's just wrong.
It's too early.
It's way too early. But now it's fine. Like now, if you want to say it's Christmas time, Christmas music, sure, I'm all for it. But there's still no snow out, so
Still no snow. We did have snow.
we did the other day. Yeah,
And then
that was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's gone.
But it's completely gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even see a little bit of snow. But yeah, let's get right into sports. The first thing I want to talk about is the Ravens and Steelers. There is so much going on with this game. So the other night, it'd have been last night? I think last night it came out that Lamar Jackson has COVID-19. Or no, not last night. It was Thanksgiving night. It was Thursday night. Yeah,
Thursday night.
that Lamar Jackson tested positive for COVID. And then it said that none of the Ravens players can return to the practice facility until Monday. And it's like, okay, well,
They have a game Saturday.
their game got moved to Sunday, so what the heck? And then it comes out that their game is now getting moved to Tuesday. I know that the Steelers players are really upset about all this, because it's not their fault. And I don't blame them, I mean, it's not their fault that the team that they're playing against can't, follow the guidelines and everything. But now Lamar Jackson gets added to the COVID-19 list. Trace McSorley also is, for all of you memers out there. He won't be starting at quarterback in his place because he also is on the COVID list. So it's all up to RG3. But I've been hearing that there is a large possibility that the Ravens are going to have to forfeit this game to the Steelers.
Then I think that's the right thing to do. I don't think it's right to make them play on Tuesday and just mess up the scheduling.
I mean, we've had a Tuesday game earlier in the year. It was a Buffalo game. I forget who against, but I mean, if they can play Tuesday, I'm all for it. But if they don't have enough guys to literally suit up on Tuesday and play, then I don't know, because they can't postpone this game.
No.
They've had their buys, and yeah, I mean, they have to play this game. This is a huge game, and I think it would be really cool to see RG3 like have a monster of a game and go off. So I definitely want this game to happen, but it just keeps getting pushed back, and it's not looking the best for the Ravens right now. So I was wondering, though, if they do forfeit, is it like did the Ravens get a loss and the Steelers get a win?
I would think it'd be like a 28-0 win for the Steelers.
I don't think the score matters.
Well, when they do forfeits, they score.
They do?
Like in basketball, I think it's a 50-0. Like in college.
When has there ever been a forfeit?
Like in college basketball.
Has there ever been one?
Yeah. I mean, when forfeits happen, you score. Somebody has to score points for a win.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just don't. Then it kind of messes up the sports betting and everything aspect of it. I mean, I don't know.
But I know
I feel like that's weird, just making a score.
They
like
usually put a score.
That is a little weird.
Maybe it's 14-0.
I don't know. But I just want this game to happen. I mean, because it's going to be a good ass game. So,
But I also want the game to happen with with Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram and
well, yeah,
J.K.
but
Dobbins.
obviously that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
The next thing on the news is another COVID-related incident. The Denver Broncos practice facility has been closed down. I think that they still are scheduled to play this Sunday or tomorrow, but their facility was closed as someone came in close contact, or a couple players came in close contact, and faculty members did. More COVID-related news. Number 4 ranked team in the country, Ohio State. They are playing Illinois today, but that game got canceled last night due to several players on Ohio State getting COVID. This is now Ohio State's second game that has gotten canceled due to COVID. And apparently that the Big Ten you can only play 6, or you have to play at least 6 games to like play in the Big Ten championship to qualify for it. Next week's the last week of the year, and they play Michigan. So like, if they can't get this game done, you know what happens? I don't know.
What happens? I think you have to make an exception.
Yeah, I mean this year it is a different year.
Clearly, Ohio State's the best team in the conference.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like there's no question.
I don't know. Northwestern's ranked number 8 right now. They're 5-0. They may give them a run for their money. That's pretty much it for the news, though. It's pretty much just all COVID related incidents.
Nick Saban.
We talked about that on Wednesday.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it happened right during the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So do you want to hop into NFL news? Thanksgiving game news. First game of the day was your very own Detroit Lions, who are very good on Thanksgiving, in quotes, because I saw a stat that they're 4-16 since 2001 on Thanksgiving, but they're known to be a good Thanksgiving team. Yeah, right. They lose to the Houston Texans 41-25. Deshaun Watson went off, had like over 350 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Stafford threw a pick 6 to J.J. Watt. If that tells you how this game went. Did you watch this game?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but
at the end of the game, the Texans were just toying with the Lions, just messing around, doing whatever the hell they wanted. It was bad.
Will Fuller had a crazy fantasy game.
Yeah. You should have seen Stafford almost make the catch of the year. It was actually crazy that he
Stafford?
Yeah. They ran a trick play, and who threw the ball to him? Somebody threw the ball to him, and he made a really nice attempt. Like it was like a basket catch, but there was 2 dudes coming around him. He dropped it though, but it was nice.
Interesting stat from this game that I liked was Matt Patricia now. His new record as the Detroit Lions head coach is 13-29-1. He now has more losses in the less than 3 years he's had with the Lions. It's about 2.5 years. Than Jim Caldwell had in 4 total years with the Detroit Lions. He had 28 losses in 4 total years. I mean, it's just horrible. I mean,
Patricia's awful. He's so bad.
I do miss. I hate that I was fine with Jim Caldwell when we did that we fired him. Because when we did fire him, I was like, okay, he can't get us to the next step. That's why when we fired Jim Caldwell, I was cool with it because he was the coach that got us to being a playoff team. Now we need that coach that takes us to the next step, to winning a playoff game and winning and going to the Super Bowl, And Caldwell was a good coach, and then we bring in Patricia, and he just totally ruins everything that Detroit had built up. Caldwell took us to the playoffs like 3 times, or maybe it was 2 times, and Jim Schwartz did once, but
I mean, we can't even make it close.
I think he did 2 times actually. Yeah,
we're not even close to making the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. But he took us to the playoffs 2 times in 4 years. Had 28 losses. That's just an average of 7 a year. 9-7 every year for the Lions is not that bad.
No.
I mean, and we went 11-5 one year, almost won the division. We were just talking about those good Lions teams, like 2016 Lions the other night. I just miss those. I miss when we were the fourth quarter kings, best fourth quarter team in football. Now we're the worst. Now we are
other
awful. Than maybe Atlanta, but other than them, I think that it is time though for the Lions to start tanking. They're now 4-6, 4-7, 4-7. Yeah, they're 4-7 now. It's time to tank. There's no point in winning another football game for the rest of the year. And I'll probably start picking them to lose every week now. I said it would come to that point, and it did.
It sucks to see the Lions waste a generational talent like Matt Stafford. And he is just, because he is so special. You hear the way everybody else talks about him. Aaron Rodgers had the high praise for him.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers just did the other night.
And it's serious. It's sad because that is our guy that we wasted.
And the thing is,
it's the third wasted player, big time. I mean, Herman Moore, I guess, too. But Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. But this is a
quarterback, though, too. It's different. Quarterbacks are just, you need to have a really good quarterback. I mean, usually. Sorry. And Stafford, I don't know. It's just sad because Stafford's the greatest quarterback in Lions history, easily. Even he was 4 years ago,
Yeah.
And we got to witness that, and we just got to see him waste in Detroit and just have a below average career than he should have had.
I think honestly, if he goes to a different team, like obviously not every team is going to be better than the Lions.
I don't really think I don't see Stafford playing for another team.
Me either.
Because as much as I love Stafford, and he's good, and he could, if he had a better pieces around him, maybe he could, be successful in the playoffs and everything. But he's also aging, and he's on a very, very large contract.
Yeah.
And I don't know what team would want to take that on rather than just drafting a guy. I was thinking, because if the Lions were to draft a quarterback in this upcoming draft, 2021 draft, I would be fine with it. Either way, I'm going to be whether it's a quarterback or not, I'm going to be fine. If it is a quarterback, then okay, I'm ready to, it looks like the Lions are finally ready to take that next step in rebuilding, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, that's cool. If they don't, then I'm like, whatever. I like Stafford, I would be really sad though if we did draft a quarterback. Like, I would be fine with it, but I would be sad.
It's going to be a tough day when you see Stafford. And we might not know what's his last snap on the field.
The only situation, we were talking about this last night too, me and Tebow and Barry Hill, the only situation I think would make sense for a different team to take Stafford was if Big Ben retires after this year and then we trade him to Pittsburgh.
I could see the Bears taking him.
Nah, because why would the Bears not just draft somebody if they want to get a new quarterback?
They could win right now with a good quarterback.
They probably maybe
they could win right now with a good quarterback.
It's like it's just a situation of like
does a Tom Brady.
I know that Tom Brady isn't, or Matt Stafford isn't Tom Brady, but it's like the Bucs signed Tom Brady for 2 years, and then once Brady's gone, then we're gonna bring in a young guy.
Yeah, I know what you're saying,
because you just don't see many quarterbacks switching teams via good quarterbacks. It just doesn't happen really, especially older ones.
You don't let them go.
Yeah, and you don't see new teams wanting to take on an older quarterback
until the end.
Yeah, what's the point?
Like Phillip Rivers right now.
Yeah, exactly. And Phillip Rivers is gonna be there for 2 years max. He might even be done after this year. But yeah, the Lions, they're pathetic. What's new? Next, another team that is just looking pathetic right now, the Dallas Cowboys, man. Get absolutely killed by the Washington football team on Thanksgiving. Let me say this loud and clear. The Washington football team is in the playoffs right now. They are a playoff football team as of right now. Not only a playoff football team, they will play at home in their first playoff game because they are a division winner right now. The Cowboys, man, how pathetic are they?
They're awful.
I mean, I know you lost Dak Prescott. I get it. And I don't want to hear if we had Dak Prescott, we would be, 7-4 right now. No, you wouldn't.
No, there's no chance.
You weren't even good when Dak Prescott was still playing. You won against the Falcons, and that's it. They are pathetic. Zeke Elliott, man, wow, what a bust he's been this year.
He's having issues. I would be afraid if I was a Cowboys fan.
I feel embarrassed of how highly I was ranking Zeke Elliott before this year started.
Yeah, remember the argument that we got him?
But before this year though, he hadn't shown that though.
I was right.
But that's just a pretty lucky guess. You tell me you could have predicted that he was going to have a bad year.
Not this bad, but
yeah. I don't think anybody could. Antonio Gibson, though, had 3 touchdowns. I used to have him in fantasy, then I traded him to Scuba, and of course I'm playing Scuba this week, so I'm down 64-0 right now. He has Antonio Gibson and Amari Cooper, and they both went off. Yeah, just not a good start to the fantasy week.
Jack, I don't know what told him. He said, I'm going to start Antonio Gibson over Zeke.
I always start Antonio, when I had him, I would always start him. He's been good all year.
But over Zeke? Last week,
Zeke's been playing like dog.
Yeah, but he's still Zeke.
Yeah, I know, but
he's one of those players where he's due for a good week. You know what I mean?
Nah, maybe not this year though.
No, but I played that game.
You
with
would
Mike
think.
Thomas.
I mean, honestly though, you would think though with a horrible. I know Andy Dalton was back this week, but especially
he gets all the carries.
Especially the weeks when Andy Dalton was hurt, when they have Garrett Gilbert and Ben DiNucci, You think Zeke Elliott's rushing the ball 30 times for 150 yards, but that's just not the case. But yeah, Washington is in the playoffs right now. What a crazy thing that is. A team that had the second overall pick last year, only won 3 games. They've already won more games than they did last year.
Which is 4.
Honestly, I would like to see them kind of start rolling, and so they have at least a decent record going in the playoffs, 8-8 maybe. 7-9 maybe. I don't know.
They're gonna get
because what are they now? What are they right now? 4-7.
Yeah,
they're 4-7. Like what? That's what the Lions' record is.
Why can't we be in that division?
And we're last. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the NFL news. Obviously, do we want to consider the Ravens Steelers a primetime game still? If we might as well. Just in case it comes down to a tie in picks. Did you pick Dallas, didn't you? On Thursday.
Let me look. No, I picked Washington.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, so did I. I picked the Lions though, obviously. So
we're
the same. So I guess it comes down to Ravens Steelers if it's a tie.
Yep.
But hopefully
I've got
it's not a tie.
Steelers.
I got Ravens. So
that's perfect.
Perfect. So next is some college football news. Today on ABC, we got Penn State traveling to Ann Arbor to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Can Michigan get back to 500 today? Back to 3-3?
Not sure. I don't know. This Penn State team looks awful, but Michigan hasn't looked good. They looked good with Cade McNamara the other week, and McNamara. There you go. He looked really good, and he should be getting the start today. And
I think Willie already bought a McNamara shirt or something.
Really?
He's already all in on it.
I was surprised he didn't get a Milton
I don't
one.
think he did. I think he was just messing around. But Penn State is still winless, so if Michigan loses this one, that's horrible.
He was high on Joe Milton at the start of the season, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. But Michigan State is taking on the number 8 team in the country, Northwestern. Northwestern, first time they started 5-0 in Big Ten play since it was 96 or something, 98, which is pretty nuts to see Northwestern be this good. That would be cool. State beat them. We have Indiana taking on Maryland today. They're ranked number 12. We have Heisman candidate Kyle Trask from Florida taking on Kentucky. And we have the Iron Bowl. Auburn is taking on the number 1 team in the country, Alabama, and Heisman frontrunner Mac Jones. That's pretty much it for the games today. Some quick news I want to talk about, though. Vanderbilt has the first female college football player, could possibly be the first female college football player ever to suit up today. Sarah Fuller is going to be their kicker. I think their kicker got on the COVID-19 list, so she's on the soccer team. She's a goalkeeper, and she tried out for the team, and she's going to kick today.
That's dope.
If she gets in the game, she would be the first female college athlete or
that is so
college football player ever. Which, that's really cool. But you know what would be funny, though? If she did suit up and, all right, you're the kicker today. And then she just got they just get shut out. Doesn't even get an opportunity to kick.
Well, you have to kick off.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but sometimes the punter kicks. The punter usually kicks off, though.
Yeah, that would be so sad. I feel so bad for her.
The thing is, I could so see it happening. I don't know who they're playing. But yeah, and Clemson's taking on Pittsburgh as well. And right now in the college football playoff, it is Bama, Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State. And I don't know how much more this is going to change. There's a couple SEC teams that are knocking on the door, but I don't really see any of these 4 teams really losing again to end the year, unless Ohio State does miraculously, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if these were our 4 college football playoff teams.
Me either. I think it's
when it's all wrapped. But I would like to see Florida make a shot at it because I like Kyle Trask, and I know Tebow likes Kyle Trask a lot. He was talking about him the other night. You ready to hop into some college basketball news?
Yes.
Let's talk about winning. Woo! College hoops is finally here. Let's talk about Michigan first. Michigan took on Bowling Green. Did you get to watch that game?
Yeah, I did.
What were your takeaways?
We are not a very good on-ball defense team. Mike Smith is a baller. The dude is legit. Yeah. He is really good, really, really good. Our freshman didn't look very good. Hunter Dickinson looked decent. Zeb looked decent.
Zeb really didn't play. He only play 3 minutes.
It was I think it was 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But there was a guy who came in. He was a freshman.
Shawnee Brown?
No.
Oh.
I got to learn who he is. He's got dreads. He was awful. He was horrible. And he got minutes over Zeb. And I'm like, who is this guy?
Do you not know what his name was?
No, I don't remember.
I'll check.
But Shawnee Brown came in as not shooter.
He was strapping,
and just brought the strap. Dude was on fire.
Where does he transfer from? What school is he from? I forget.
I don't know.
I don't remember either.
Bowling Green had a guy I was really impressed with. I don't remember his first name. Tucker.
That's Scuba and Nate were telling me that there was a guy for them that was really good.
He was legit. He was blown by everybody. Really good at driving when he saw a lane. He was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
You got the roster pulled up, so I can just tell you.
I'm pulling it up right now. And then Michigan takes on Oakland tomorrow, so we'll see how that game goes.
Them Bears.
And then State, they took on Eastern Michigan on Wednesday. They beat them as well. And the guy who I just am not the biggest fan of for Michigan State went off. Foster Loyer dropped 20, which is just really odd. Because
off what, 6 threes or 5 threes?
5 threes, I'm pretty sure. I got Michigan's roster pulled up right here.
I can look at it.
Was it Terrence Williams?
I don't think so. Let me look.
I mean, that's pretty much it. There's nobody else who got in the game whose name hasn't already been said. It's got to be Terrence Williams.
Yeah, it was Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams is pretty good, though. He was a high 4-star.
He looked bad.
But, yeah, Michigan State, they looked pretty good. We're deep, but Rocket Watts came off the bench, which is really surprising me, and he only had 6 points. They started Kithier at the 5, which was really weird, but Joey Hauser, our transfer from Marquette, who had to sit out all of last year, knockdown shooter. He did exactly that. He knocked down shots. And they take on Notre Dame tonight on Big Ten Network at 8 o'clock. So I'm excited to see how we do then. And then we play Duke on Tuesday. So that is going to be a huge game. I'm really excited to watch that one. Hopefully Duke clears all their COVID situation that's going on right now so that game can happen, because I want to see Jalen Johnson up against Aaron Henry. I think that's going to be a good matchup.
It was super nice watching Foster Loyer go off, because I'm somebody who I've always liked Foster Loyer. I think he's dope. Like, I think he's a baller.
See, you don't. The thing is,
he's
though,
bad defensively.
He is. It's not just that he's bad defensively. He's just a liability on defense, like a big time liability. He can't be on the court on D. He's just too small, and I hate to say that, but he's just too small. Whoever he's guarding, he will get exposed, and I just don't. I honestly thought that this was going to be the year where he kind of just like starts to roll out of the rotation a little bit. But I mean, if he's going off, I'm cool with it, because if it doesn't matter if you're a defensive liability if you're dropping 20, then that's fine. We'll run a fucking zone or something. I don't know.
He's the best shooter on Michigan State. There's no question. He is lights out, unbelievable.
Maybe Hauser might be, though. Hauser is a knockdown shooter.
I don't know.
It's him or it's one of them too. But Josh Langford, though, started this game. How that was just exciting. I didn't watch this game, but I was at work. But just Josh Langford playing again is super exciting to me. I know he's not going to be the same, but it just makes me happy to see him play again, because he was a guy who just his career got ruined by injuries. He was a former projected first-round NBA draft pick, so it's makes me happy to see him playing again. Some other college basketball games. Gonzaga took on Kansas the other night and beat them 102-90. Dude, I mean, what a high-scoring game.
Gonzaga is legit.
Oh yeah,
they looked awesome.
They played another team last night. Who was it? Oh, it was somebody good. I forget. It was in that tournament that they're doing though.
Jalen Suggs is unreal.
Yeah, had 24-8 against Kansas. Preseason Naismith Award candidate Marcus Garrett for Kansas. He had 22 points. Marcus Garrett is really good. Like he's probably the best player in college basketball, honestly. Him or Garza. Speaking of Garza, he had 26 and 10 versus North Carolina Central the other night, and then last night had 41 on 14 of 15 shooting and 3 of 3 from downtown.
That was nuts.
Garza is so good, and I cannot stand him too. I do not like him.
See, he's good. I guess I've never watched him play. Like, I know I have, but I never paid attention.
I mean, I don't like him that much because Xavier Tillman absolutely locked him up last year. So I know that he's not like as good as everyone says he is, but I don't know. Maybe he improved a lot this offseason because he'll probably torch State this year. I don't know who's going to guard him. 41. I mean, that's
you
nuts.
You go 12 for 12 in the first half or 11 for 12 in the first half. He had like 34 in the first half.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
And then Villanova took on Arizona State, a battle of ranked teams. Nova was ranked number 3, Arizona State number 18. Jerome Robinson-Earl for Villanova, the sophomore, supposed to be a first-round pick, had 28 points and 8 rebounds, and he is a phenomenal rim protector. I mean, he's a great all-around player. And then Easton's favorite, Michigan favorite, Josh Christopher, had 28 points and 4 rebounds for Arizona State. Josh Christopher is a really scrappy defender.
Mm-hmm. He is scrappy.
He is a really good defender.
Yeah.
I mean,
he gets on the floor. Yeah. He does everything right.
Oh yeah.
And I hate saying that. I was rooting so hard against him, and he was playing too good, and I was like, I don't like you. I really don't.
And then some more college news. Illinois, they are ranked pretty high this year, number 8 team. The other night, they beat Chicago State 97-38. Junior phenom Ayu Dosunmu had 22, 6, and 7. Adam Miller had 28 in this game. Ace Wolf, as otherwise known as.
I'll be tuning into a lot of Illinois games this year to watch.
And then, last night they took on Ohio, and they only won by 2 points. They almost lost to Ohio, but Dosunmu had another crazy game, like 28, 6, and 6 or something. He is a phenomenal player. I mean, he was going to be a first-round pick last year, and everyone was kind of shocked that he didn't go to the draft. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be scared when State's got to play this Illinois squad.
Gonna be watching a lot of those games. I could watch Adam Miller play all day. He is one of my favorite players in this freshman class. So I'll be tuning in a lot for their games.
And then last on the news, Virginia, the first upset really of college basketball. Virginia loses to San Francisco. Virginia was ranked number 4 in the country. They have preseason Naismith winner Sam Hauser, Joey Hauser's brother. He's a senior. He played really good in their first game, but they lose to San Francisco. Yeah, that's pretty much
that's big.
First upset, really. Shout out to San Francisco. So last thing before we get into our big topic for the day, which is our top 50 NBA players. Just a quick NBA free agency update. The biggest name in NBA basketball finally signed a guaranteed contract. Bol signs a standard contract that isn't a two-way with the Denver Nuggets. And I did see he will be a rookie this year. He will be a rookie.
That's cheating.
That doesn't make sense.
That's cheating.
He played regular season games last year.
He played playoff minutes last year.
No, he didn't get in during the playoffs.
Didn't get in once?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. He did play important minutes.
Even if he played just playoff minutes, though, and not regular season, he would still be a rookie. Like, he didn't play during the regular season.
I'm saying, like, he shouldn't be a rookie.
No, he shouldn't at all, yeah. But maybe he'll win Rookie of the Year. I don't know. That'd be sick. Hassan Whiteside, we were talking about what team he was going to go to. We kind of both thought he was going to go to a contender, but he signed with the Sacramento Kings.
And actually makes them better.
Going back to the Kings from when he started that's when he kind of just became Hassan Whiteside, and then he went to Miami and really became Hassan Whiteside. But yeah, shout out to him for returning to Sacramento. I don't know how that's going to work because now they're just kind of loaded at the big man. Bagley, Whiteside, Rashawn Holmes. I don't think they have Alex Len anymore, but
I think Rashawn Holmes takes a back
seat. Actually, Giles is gone too, so it's not that bad, but I don't know.
This actually makes them better, but not like playoff. Like there's still no way they make playoffs.
I still don't get why they signed him. Yeah. But and then former sharpshooter, former top 10 NBA draft pick Nick Stauskas is back in the NBA. He signed a deal with the Milwaukee Bucks, so I think this is the move that makes Milwaukee
this gets them over contender. This was the bogey. This was the Chris Paul. This is the same level of this same magnitude.
I would say higher.
Yeah,
I would definitely say higher.
Nick Stauskas is the GOAT.
So, do you want to hop into the top 50 NBA players? Is there any like free agency news you want to talk about first? Like any just.
No, I don't know if we ever talked about Brad Wanamaker, but I don't really.
Didn't he sign with the Warriors?
Yeah,
that's I like Wanamaker.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I mean, he's a damn good free throw shooter.
Yeah, damn good free throw shooter.
But yeah, top 50 NBA players for the past like probably month or so. We've been doing our top 10 point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers. We are finally putting it all together, top 50 players. Now, this isn't just like the top 10 from each thing, and then we ranked them via that. No, like I'm just going to say I have 16 point guards on this list and only 7 small forwards. So, like, this is just ranked on what we think, who are the top 50 best players as of right now, and we are not including injuries as well, or like we're including injured players is what I mean. Yeah. So Klay Thompson will be on this list. Steph Curry, KD, obviously. Yep. So
and this was a very difficult list. I know I don't have 16 point guards, but I do have a lot of guards.
Yeah. I will say, I did write them down, but I have 16 point guards, 10 shooting guards, 7 small forwards, 9 power forwards, and 8 centers. So how do you want to do it? So you just want to name like our 50 through 40. Like just go like right in a row. Like I'll just say my 50
just because they're so
40.
Low.
Yeah, and then you'll say yours, and we'll kind of just talk about it a little bit.
So I will say this: my only one that I can say is truly biased is number 50. That is my only truly biased pick.
I know exactly who it is.
Who?
Christian Wood.
It is Christian Wood.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's super biased.
Super biased, but he had to make the list.
Oh my god.
So 50.
Yeah, just give me your 50 through 40 right now.
Christian
Or
Wood.
50 through 41. 50 through 41.
Okay. Christian Wood, Gordon Hayward, Bojan Bogdanovic, Karis LeVert, Tobias Harris, De'Aaron Fox, John Collins, DeAndre Ayton, Paul Millsap, Ja Morant.
Paul Millsap made the list. Wow, okay. So this is my top, or my 50 through 41. At 50, I have DeAndre Ayton. 49, I have Yusuf Nurkic. 48, I have Fred VanVleet. 47, I have Zion Williamson. 46, I have John Collins. 45, I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rocking his world jersey right now. 44, I have De'Aaron Fox. 43, I have CJ McCollum. 42, I have Zach LaVine. And 41, I have D'Angelo Russell.
Okay, you had a couple guys. Zach LaVine's not on my list. D'Angelo Russell, not on my list.
D'Angelo Russell, former All-Star.
Fred VanVleet wasn't on my list. I just didn't even think about those guys because they were on my last list. So
yeah, and like I said, I'm not gonna get. I mean, maybe in the higher ones, we can debate a little bit, but down here, I mean, it's difficult to see who makes the cut.
I can say Fred VanVleet should be on my list, and I'm gonna say,
who do you think's better, VanVleet or D'Lo?
Oh, VanVleet.
You really think VanVleet's better than D'Lo?
Oh, yeah.
Really? You actually believe that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay.
Do you not?
No, I don't. I think D'Lo's better.
Huh. I really would have thought you would have thought Freddie was better.
I like Freddie a lot. I'm not saying D'Lo's way better, but I mean,
and he's only 3 spots.
D'Lo's pretty. I mean, he's better.
I don't know,
I think
dude.
he's just a better basketball player.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like I said, it's not by a landslide or anything.
I'm not sure about that.
The one thing I had to switch was I had Shai at like 41, and then I realized like, okay, CJ, Fox, and LaVine and D'Lo are like all probably better than Shai.
See,
right now.
I don't think that.
See, I had Shai above them all, and then I saw it, and I was just like, is he really better than like De'Aaron Fox though? Like De'Aaron Fox is probably better than Shai, right?
I guess, but
I have Fox at 44 and Shai at 45, so it's not like a huge disagreement.
I guess my thing was Shai was on my shooting guards list higher than all those guys.
Yeah.
So like he has to be higher on my top 50 list. So like he's quite a bit higher on my list.
Yeah.
Like, and looking back at it, maybe he shouldn't. He is higher than CJ. Maybe he shouldn't be higher than CJ. But I think the rest of them he can be higher than.
I think I had CJ. Yeah, I have CJ higher than Shai, but by 1 spot.
Yep.
So, all right, let's get into the 40 through 31. 40 through 31.
39. 40 is going to be 40 and 39. They're thrown in there because they have to be somewhere. I think. Domantas Sabonis is number 40. TJ Warren, 39. That's recency bias.
Oh, that is interesting.
Vooch, Drew, CJ, Shai, Kristaps Porzingis, Rudy Gobert, Trae Young, Kemba Walker.
So you have Trae Young at
32.
32, okay. My 40 through 31 is Danilo Gallinari at 40, DeMar DeRozan at 39, Ja Morant at 38, Domantas Sabonis at 37, Drew Holiday at 36, Jaylen Brown at 35, Kristaps Porzingis at 34, Nikola Vucevic at 33, Jamal Murray at 32, and Rudy Gobert at 31. Did you say Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, he's at 33.
Okay, I was going to say, because I was like...
We have KP at the same spot.
At 34?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So weird.
We had a lot of same names in there. Sabonis, Drew Holiday.
Vooch.
Did you say Gallinari, or did he not make it?
No, didn't make my list.
Did DeRozan make your list?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really surprising. But yeah, did you say Jaylen Brown?
No.
Is he still on your list?
Yeah.
Really? Wow, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess you do think he's better than Kemba, so I mean that's I understand that. I don't have Kemba much higher than Jaylen Brown, but
and I don't have Jaylen Brown much higher than Kemba.
So I'm thinking what we do is we do the we do the 29 through or 30 through 21, and then we start naming off like go individual for the top, or should we do the top 30 just all individual?
I would think top 25.
Yeah, let's do top. So let's just do 30 through 26 right now.
This is actually where it gets tough because there are some guys who I think could. There's one guy, 26, I think should be a top 25 player.
So I mean, one away is not that bad.
Kyle Lowry, number 30.
Okay.
Brandon Ingram, 29. 28, Jaylen Brown. 27, Jamal Murray. 26, Ben Simmons.
Ooh. Yeah, he definitely should be. Number 30, I got Trae Young, which that like Trae Young at 30 kind of is just like it feels like I'm being disrespectful because like the dude could literally go out and win.
Yeah,
MVP.
no, that's
he could go out and win MVP next year. But like I said, it's off of right now. So I have Brandon Ingram at 29, like you did. Kemba Walker at 28, Kyrie Irving at 27, and Kyle Lowry at 26. So I'm just trying to think here.
Ben Simmons is low.
So
Ben Simmons should be higher.
Is Ben Simmons the only one? I think we're gonna have the same top 25.
I think so.
Except
no, Kyrie.
I said Kyrie.
I have him in the top 25.
That's what I'm saying. So I was gonna say except I have Ben Simmons and you have somebody else, and yours is Kyrie.
Yeah,
which is really surprising because you don't like Kyrie more than I don't like.
Now
Kyrie.
I'm looking at Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons should be higher.
Ben Simmons is better than Kyrie.
And yeah, a lot.
Did you not have Ben Simmons higher than Kyrie on your point guards list?
Ben Simmons was like number 8, and I had Kyrie at like 5 or 4.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, top 25. Let's just go
one by
order.
one.
Yep.
25, Bradley Beal.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I have Bradley Beal much higher. 25 is... Wait, I want to check real quick. Is all of these players all All-Stars? I think so. At least they have all been an All-Star. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone on here in my top 25 has been an All-Star.
Yep.
25 is Chris Middleton for me.
Okay.
Chris Middleton he's a good basketball player. I'm expecting him to have a maybe not an increased role actually this year with the addition of Drew and just the depth of the Bucks. But Middleton needs to step up in the playoffs for me to rank him any higher than where he is.
The issue is Nick Stouts is going to take away a lot of his shots.
Yeah.
So. 24, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. 24 for me is a guy who I've talked about. I think he's going to make a step this year. I'll probably predict him as an All-NBA player. And that's Karl Anthony Towns at 24. I think he really needs to become a leader for Minnesota to have any future success in the playoffs.
Leader.
Like the leader. He needs to be the leader of the team, which I think he could do. Mm-hmm. 23.
And I have Cat at 23.
Okay. Have you said Kyrie or no? Okay. 23, I have Bam Adebayo. When I was just looking up, I actually found a website that literally made a top 50 players like a week ago. And it was just kind of I didn't like base it off theirs. I was just kind of checking out what they had. They had Bam in like the late 40s, like barely making the list. And then they had LaMarcus Aldridge like top 25.
No way.
Come on. I didn't even have him in my top 50.
No, dude. Bam Adebayo is so legit.
And I don't know. I really would like to know beforehand if Bam is going to be a center or not this year. So I can, like, when we predict our All-NBA teams, because and all defensive teams, he will be, right? Because
he'll be a what?
Who's a center this year, right?
He has to be.
But unless Myers Leonard starts with him, who's going to start at the 4 if he is the center? What's the Miami Heat starting 5?
They don't have Derek Jones Jr. or Jay Crowder anymore.
What's the starting 5 for the Heat?
It's so at the 1, you're going to have Dragic. At the 2, Duncan.
3, Jimmy. Tyler Hero just probably be the 6th man again.
And
at the 4, who did they sign? Are they going to start Mo Harkless? They might.
They might.
I mean, he's kind of like Jay Crowder. He's probably not as good as Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder without LeBron beef.
Where did Jay Crowder go? The Suns? Didn't he go to the Suns?
Mavericks?
No. What team did Jay Crowder go to? It had to have been the Suns.
It might have been.
Hey, Siri. What team is Jay Crowder on in the NBA? Yeah, I feel like it has to be the Suns.
Jay Crowder plays for the Heat.
Okay, it says he's on the Miami Heat, but he definitely didn't resign. I think it was the Suns, but yeah, I don't know who's going to start at the 4 for Miami. But
interesting.
I don't know.
22, I have Mr. 50, 40, 90, 20 points per game, Chris Middleton.
Okay. 22, I have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons.
Oh, you don't have him that much higher than me.
Yeah, but he's still like I was the Bradley Beal thing was a little more little more different than the
little more different
than the Ben Simmons. But Ben Simmons, I really hope that he fits in this new Daryl Morey's new offense and team with the Sixers this year. And I like that him and Embiid didn't get split up because I don't think that's the problem, them two together anymore. I think it's everything else. They just need players that fit both of them.
21, Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
We've said all needs to be said about him.
21, I have Donovan Mitchell, a guy that you've already said, and I don't know what the Jazz are going to be like this year. I'm
so we have the same 25 through 21 except for Bradley Beal.
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, no, you have Ben Simmons. Yeah.
No, I had Ben Simmons in the but I get it. So you have Kyrie in the top 20, and I have Bradley Beal in the top 20. And other than that, it should be all of the same players.
Yep.
All right, top 20. Here we go.
Number 20, barely cracking it. It's hard putting him this low, but it's also hard putting him this high because of his recent success that he hasn't had.
I know who it is.
It's Russell Westbrook.
Oh, never mind. Really, number 20. That's really tough. I feel like I completely understand what you're saying because it feels like you're putting him way too low.
But then
it's
great.
Like if I were to like say post a tweet right now and say, is Russell Westbrook a top 20 player? Everybody would say no just because of how he played in the playoffs, which is a little, that's just like, I don't like how people are like that.
And the way he's been playing.
Everyone bases their like rankings off of recency bias, which I really am not a fan of.
But you got to think he hasn't been good in the playoffs for a couple of years now. And PG and Russ was not good.
And I don't want to hear that he wasn't good in the playoffs because like
great.
He wasn't Russell Westbrook. He wasn't regular season because he's still putting up 20 in the playoffs. Like I hate when people say he wasn't good. Like, he just wasn't as good as you expected him to be. But yeah, I agree with that. He definitely underperformed. Yes.
Yeah.
Number 20, I have another guy who underperformed in the playoffs this year, Pascal Siakam. That's why I thought we had the same guy at 20 because he was a very good regular season player this year, and then in the playoffs, underperformed. He was supposed to be the leader for that Raptors team, and they still, almost made it to the conference finals, but Siakam, I would love to see him play like he did in the first month of the year last year, all season this year.
19, Kyrie Irving, Mr. Dribble Too Much, Mr. Locker Room Cancer, Mr. I should be the coach over Steve Nash. He's crazy, but he's still a good player.
Oh, yeah, he is.
When he's out of his own head, he's a monster. I don't even know if he's ever in his own head.
So you have him at, what, 19? Okay. Yeah, I had him at 27, so that's a pretty big difference. 19 for me is because I had the one question where I said, is everyone an all-star? And he was an all-star this year. It's Devin Booker at 19. Man, I'm really excited to watch Devin Booker and the Suns this year, man. I am super excited to watch them.
So this next guy, my number 18 is Chris Paul. And number 17 is Devin Booker.
Okay.
So that might seem weird, because like Chris Paul, you'd think is the better player. But if I'm building a team, not even for one season, and you ask me, who do you want, Chris Paul or Devin Booker? And it does depend on the pieces.
That's what
Majority of the time, I'm taking Devin Booker.
I would, but it really, like you said, it really just depends.
Yeah.
If I'm starting a franchise, obviously I'm taking Devin Booker.
One season, I'm probably taking Book. Like, I don't know, because it depends.
It really depends.
Because you have a bunch of scorers.
Like,
you need Chris
maybe
Paul.
Going into this year, I might take Devin Booker, but like last year, I'm taking last year Chris Paul over last year Devin Booker, though. He led it. Their teams were very similar. They both weren't on the best teams, and Chris Paul just was fantastic last year.
Yeah.
But it's close. And the thing is, I have Chris Paul over Devin Booker, but I thought of that and I was like, is Chris Paul better than Booker?
Who will be the best player on the Suns
like this year? It's in this. Obviously, the numbers are going to show Devin Booker.
Yeah.
But like Chris Paul is just he only averaged like 6 assists last year, which is like an all-time low. Chris Paul did. His numbers will probably go up this year because he was playing with 4 point guards last year in OKC. So,
I think Book will be a monster this year statistically.
Oh yeah, I think so too. 18. I'm on 18, right?
Yeah.
18 is Bradley Beal. That's where I have Bradley Beal because I did have Bradley Beal higher.
7.
Yeah,
That's 7.
I had him higher than Booker in my shooting guards list, and I still do think that Bradley Beal is better than Devin Booker right now. But I've made my reasons why. Like I've said that I think Booker's the better number 1 option, and than Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal's the better complement. Like he's the better number 2. Really doesn't make sense, but it does in my own head. 17, who do you got?
I have beat Devin Booker.
Oh yeah, you already said that. 17, I have Russell Westbrook. So I still don't know what's gonna happen with Russell Westbrook and James Harden this offseason, if anything's gonna change. That's why I think we should wait to do all of our preseason standings and award predictions until like a week before the year starts, just in case Kyrie Irving got traded to Boston like 2 weeks before the year started.
Yeah, they had to change the 2K cover.
Yeah, they had to change the 2K cover. You're right. So, 16.
16, I have Jason Tatum.
Okay.
I wish I could put him higher, but I really do believe the next 15 guys are all better than him. And I'm a JT fan. I like Jason Tatum. Sandal, I can't believe Sandal's got him any higher than 16.
No, dude, you know that I've like low key become a Jason Tatum fan. I have.
I know.
And it's so odd. Like it's just something that I never would have thought of happening because I used to just be on the biggest like.
You've led the Jason Tatum hater fan
And I
club.
wasn't like saying he's gonna be a bust. The reason I didn't like him was because I did not like his fan base.
Yeah.
And his fan base was like, he's the next Jordan. Like he dunked on LeBron. He's only 20. They've said that for like 3 years straight. Like the dude averaged 13 his rookie year. Like, you know, he was in I don't know. But now he's a superstar. And trust me, Tatum isn't nuts. 16, I have Chris Paul at 16. So 3 spots higher than Devin Booker.
Yep.
Top 15.
Number 15, bad playoff performance. You already mentioned it. It's Pascal Siakam. He is my number 15. But I expect Pascal to blow up this year. So I hope he has added more than just a spin move to his game. And he can go to his, right hand?
I don't
Or he
remember.
can't go to his left.
I mean, everyone's saying that the spin move, it worked the whole regular season. So, like, I ain't giving him hate for it. And the thing that sucks, too, is, like, one of these players is probably going to get hurt. Like, it just always happens. One of the top 20 players always does. And I really hope
one
that
of them
it
already
doesn't,
has.
Well, yeah, you're right. But I mean, somebody that probably hasn't happened yet. So 15 is what you just said, right?
Yeah.
15 is the man who already got hurt, Klay Thompson. I have him at 15. You have Klay Thompson much higher than that?
I mean, maybe not much.
There's no way you have him top 10 in the league.
No, I've got him 2 spots
Okay.
higher, but there's one guy who I've got. I can't believe you got him higher, and that's Embiid.
Yeah, I have Embiid higher.
You think Embiid is better than Klay Thompson?
I mean, they're really difficult to compare. They're really
you
difficult.
think Embiid is better than Klay?
Probably, yeah. But it's not by a lot. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
I don't think Embiid.
Who do you have? Do you have Embiid at 14?
14.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think Embiid's better. I think Embiid when healthy, because this is when healthy.
I think
and
Klay when healthy is
Embiid when healthy is he's a beast. I mean, he's a beast.
But is he Splash Bros beast?
But the thing is, we say now that Jokic is the best center in the league, but when Embiid is playing like Embiid, it is definitely debate. Like if you take Embiid over Jokic, I'm not sitting here like, no, you're wrong. Like no, like you're like
that's valid.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
I have Tatum at 14 though. I have Jason Tatum at 14. And then I'm just going to say I have Embiid at 13. So.
13, I have Klay.
Okay, so we had the same like 15, 14, and 13. Didn't you have Tatum at 15?
I had 16.
Oh, okay.
Pascal.
But, yeah, Tatum, I expect him to ball out this year, especially with Gordon Hayward gone. I literally think he could probably average 30 this year.
Might win the MVP.
It is definitely a consideration. Was he All-NBA team this last year? I don't think so.
I don't think so, because
No.
you have no.
No, one of the Celtics was. I think it was Tatum.
Was it?
Because
Third team?
the second team forwards was Middleton and Kawhi, and then third team forwards were Tatum and Jimmy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was Tatum did make it, but Embiid at 13. Yeah, I hope Embiid can stay healthy. I really
Me
do.
too.
I'm not the biggest Joel Embiid fan. Me and Easton have always, he's more been the Embiid guy. I'm the more Simmons guy. I really do like Simmons a lot.
I think I'm flipping.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I
think
love Simmons.
I think the more and more I watch, the more
I'm
and more
just
I
simply,
like watching
I say
Ben
this all the
Simmons.
time, but if he can just develop a jumper to the point where like you can't leave him open, like you have to at least guard him out there, he becomes the best point guard in the NBA.
Probably. Oh, I think so too. I think if you surround him with a team, like
like he has right now. I mean,
yeah.
Are the Sixers are the Sixers are the most like where do I rank them going into this year team? Like, are they
interesting?
Like how Kenny said, are they pretenders or contenders? Like,
yeah.
I really don't know.
We'll
see.
My number 12 is Paul George.
My number 12 is Paul George as well. I don't want to hear that Paul George is
bad.
Worse than
he's unreal.
The dude had like 3 games in the playoffs where he wasn't good. Like, he didn't have a bad series against Denver. He had like 3 games where he wasn't good. Obviously, the game 7 though was the nail in the coffin, and trust me, he played awful in game 7.
He played awful in those 3 games. Hit the side
of the backboard.
Like, and a superstar should never play that.
Exactly,
bad.
But he's like everyone's saying, like he's just so bad, and he's not. He's Paul George. He still had like a 35-point game in that playoff series. Like, I don't know. Paul George at 12 though.
Number 11. I wanted him to be put in the top 10 so badly.
Same. I know exactly who it is.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, man. I wanted to put him top 10 so bad.
So bad.
Because I just feel like the dude in the playoffs, you know, like he took his team to the NBA Finals, beat the Bucks, almost swept them, and then in the finals won 2 games against the Lakers, triple-double, 40 points, like played the whole game. How can he not be top 10?
The thing is, like,
but you just look at the top 10 and it's just like, I am sorry, Jimmy, but it's just like you are not. You are close.
You are so close.
And I had to put him at 11. I had to because he had to be just outside of it.
Because the thing is, if I'm showing somebody this is how you play basketball, I show them videos like of players right now in the league. Jimmy is one of those guys. I'm like, look at how he plays. It's heart. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
It's nothing that I'm more talented than everybody else on the court. It's I want it more than everybody else on the court.
Exactly.
And it's awesome to watch. It's like inspiring to watch that Heat team battle the Lakers with LeBron and AD and put up a good fight. And without injuries, I'm not saying the Lakers lose a series, but it might go 7. I mean, that series can be legit.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, shout out to Jimmy, man. I really hope that he can be really good again this upcoming year. Top 10. So we are going to have the same 10 players. Obviously, most likely not the same order. That would be pretty nuts, and that would be kind of boring.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, like super, like not even. What's the point even posting it on TikTok? You know. Number 10. Who do you got at number 10?
Damian Lillard is coming in at my number 10 spot.
I mean, I have a weird reaction to that, but then I see where I have him. It's
you
like,
have him at 8 or 9.
Number 10 for me. I couldn't put Dame. Oh man,
this is so hard.
The top 5 for me wasn't too difficult, honestly, because I've kind of always known what my top 5 is, at least for the last year. But the 6 through 10 is really difficult. Maybe the 7 through 10, because number 6 for me is a solid.
7 through 10.
My 7 through 10 is really hard. I have one of my favorite players in the NBA, Nikola Jokic, at number 10. I know, like I love Jokic, but I just, you know, I think of him and Dame and another guy on here, and I'm like, who's better? Jokic is right there. Like, it's not by far. The thing is, out of all of these 10 players, like literally any of them could go out and win the MVP next year.
Any of them.
I mean, a lot of them already have. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have, but I could see all 10 of them winning the MVP. I could see all 10 of them winning it. Who you got at number 9?
My number 9 is my favorite player in the NBA, other than LeBron James. It is Luka Doncic at number 9. Could go out and win an MVP. I think he's one of the most likely on this whole list to win the MVP. And he's unbelievable. Luka Magic is no joke. It is like magic watching him play. You haven't even talked about your jersey.
Yeah, I got this Shai Gilgeous World jersey on. I'll turn it around real quick. Sorry,
I was so dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It is so cool.
The stars on the side.
I have to go buy one now.
Yeah, just the same.
Not the Shai one. I'll probably get a
Luka one. Yeah. Shit, wrong side. So number 9.
Yeah.
I also have Luka at number 9. Like I said, Luka could go out and win the MVP next year. He could average 30-point triple-double, and it wouldn't surprise me. I still don't know who I'm gonna pick for MVP. I think I think I've committed to somebody, but it's a shot in the dark. But I think I have committed to somebody to be MVP.
I have not. Not even come close. My number 8, Nikola Jokic, the Joker.
Okay. And my number 8 is Dame Lillard. So we had the same 8 through 10.
So same top
Dame
7.
Lillard, man. I saw some lists. That list that I was talking about had him at like number 12. They had Jimmy in the top 10 over him. I don't think that's not fair to say. Dame Lillard was nuts this year for all the injuries that his team went through, the injuries he went through. Was easily the best point guard in the NBA last year. With Steph Curry being out, I do think he was better than Luka last year. Mm-hmm. Or actually, I don't know, because I didn't really consider Luka a point guard until the season was over and I saw that he was a point guard. I kind of just thought he was a shooting guard.
Yep.
But Dame Lillard was nuts last year, so I got him at 8.
One thing that I want to talk about with Dame Lillard that I haven't seen a lot lately is the fact that people are now, like, I've seen this multiple times now. It is the Dame greater than sign Steph Curry. That's a joke.
No.
Stop. Please.
I will say though, like right now, the Dame Lillard and Luka debate is really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you obviously I take Dame over Luka right now. I definitely think this time next year Luka will have it, like he'll be in the lead, but you're a Luka over Dame guy right now. And I don't like I'm not gonna. That's one of the things that I will not argue because that is so tough to just like.
Tough.
They're both so talented.
Talented.
Yeah. Number 7.
Number 7 for me is the guy who I thought would be higher after this season, Kawhi Leonard.
What?
I thought he would be much higher, but I can't put him higher than the rest of these guys.
Oh my God. I did not expect that, bro. Oh my gosh.
I really do think every player in front of him is better.
That is nuts. All right, I got James Harden at 7, and I really loved me some James Harden. I'm like the biggest Harden fan, man. He's probably easily my favorite player left on this list, other than other than LeBron. But all these other guys are better than Harden, man. Kawhi's better than James Harden right now.
Dude.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
bro.
not, dude.
You're just using the Game 7 of the Nuggets series.
James Harden can give you 40 balls all day.
I'm just saying Kawhi's more successful though. Like,
yeah, well, I don't know. Harden's got the MVP.
Yeah, but if Kawhi had played a full year, he probably would have won MVP.
Probably. We can say probably.
He could have won MVP this year, honestly. Say probably. Because Kawhi's stats were nuts this year.
Mm-hmm. 6, AD. Anthony Davis.
I also got AD at number 6.
He should be top 5 next year.
And I wanted to put AD. I was like tempted to put AD over Giannis, but then it was like, no, he's not. Well, because I see a lot of things that are like AD over Giannis, and I think about it, I'm like, maybe, but it's like, no.
No. Giannis is like, I mean, other than the playoffs, Giannis is the most dominant player in the NBA.
He's very dominant, yeah. I mean, he's just a bully.
Shaq compared him to himself.
Yeah, he is a bully. And top 5.
That scares me with the Giannis thing. How low do you have?
No, I don't. Because I was just that. Don't take that into consideration.
Number 5, James Harden.
Okay. Number 5 for me is the best point guard in the NBA, Stephen Curry at number 5. I mean, I haven't seen Steph Curry in a while. Obviously that.
I think you're forgetting how good he was.
I don't think I'm forgetting. Top 5 in the NBA is a pretty good compliment. I don't think I'm forgetting how good he is. Yeah, Steph Curry's an absolute beast. I had to put him top 5. I was considering putting AD over Curry, but I couldn't. I'm taking Curry at 5.
So this is gonna surprise a lot of people. My number 4 and number 3. I'm going to say them together just so I can discuss them together. My number 4 is Kevin Durant. And my number 3 is Stephen Curry. And I know, I get the look immediately because Kevin Durant has the finals MVP, right?
Durant was better than Curry on those Warriors teams. Like, he was.
I don't think so.
How? How is he not?
No, I get I think he was better because he had the ball in his hands more. And you could say, like, yeah, it's because he's better.
How is he not better than Curry?
I think Steph is like legit, like easily the second greatest point guard of all time. And like, it's a landslide. Like, Steph is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, but how does that deal with?
I don't think KD is.
Just because he's not the second greatest small forward of all time makes him worse?
I don't think KD is better than Steph Curry. I can't describe it. I think Steph Curry impacts a game way more than Kevin Durant does.
And I'm not talking all time. This is right now.
Yeah,
this
right
is,
now.
This is right now.
I think
Who's better?
Steph Curry impacts the game more than
I don't
Kevin
think
Durant
so.
does.
I don't think so. But I mean, I guess I can see that he impacts the game more. But
I think that's
if I'm just talking who's the better basketball player, including impact, I'm taking KD. The fact that he's the greatest scorer in the league right now. I think that you can agree with that. Him or Harden.
It's him or Harden.
It's him or Harden. I'm taking KD. If I need somebody in the entire league, here's the basketball, go score. I'm giving it to KD. The fact that he's 7 foot and he has insane handles, he's so quick, he can dunk on everyone. He can pull up in anybody's face. He can pull up in Giannis's face, in Boban's face, knock it down. Clutch in the finals. I mean, I can't not give it to. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, Curry has no finals MVPs, like trust me, I'm huge on Steph Curry too, but I'm a KD over Curry guy. Yeah. But I'm not, it's not that big of a deal that you have Curry over him, but it's just.
So who's your 4?
My 4 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I got him at number 4. Giannis, I'm a big Giannis is really I don't really hate on a lot of guys in the NBA. A lot of people hate on Giannis because, of the wall thing, and I don't really get that. I mean, if you're getting guarded by 5 entire players,
I think it's the rest of the team's fault.
It is. How is it really your fault? I do understand, he probably should develop a jump shot, but he definitely is developing a jump shot. I mean, he was shooting threes last year.
I think he should be playing center on the offensive side of the ball.
But the thing is, he was shooting several threes a game last year. Like it's
start the season.
And in the playoffs he was too. He is attempting threes. Like he is trying to develop a 3-point shot, which is I respect 100%. And he was knocking. I mean, he wasn't knocking them down in the playoffs, but in the regular season he was hitting them at times. Giannis is, but like you said, he is so dominant. And he's a back-to-back MVP. I mean, he can't not be top 5 in the league. He probably won't win a three-peat this year, but it would be nuts.
And that probably is not based off how good he is. It is based off.
It's based off of the voters. Yeah,
the fact that it just
doesn't happen.
It don't happen.
You don't win 3-time MVP. It just
only Bird.
Yeah, and especially in today's LeBron has never 3-peated MVP. If that tells you anything.
Yeah.
But he almost 5-peated MVP.
Yeah, he should have 5-peated.
If it wasn't for Derrick Rose, he would have 5-peated.
Yeah, exactly. Who's your 3? My 3 is Steph.
Yeah, my 3 is Kawhi Leonard at 3.
Oh.
So I wanted to come back because I wanted to come back to this once I said Kawhi Leonard. So you're taking Kawhi, or you're taking Giannis, AD, and you're taking Giannis and AD over Kawhi. And Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Why?
What's
the downside of Kawhi that makes him?
There's not a downside.
That makes him worse than the other 3 though.
There's a
I think Kawhi and Giannis are, and not similar. Giannis and AD are more similar, but what makes Giannis better than Kawhi?
I'll tell you
because I do think that the Giannis over Kawhi thing is I'm not saying that it's wrong.
I think that right now, if you took that Clippers team last year and stuck Steph Curry, Harden, or Giannis on the team, they are better. I don't think they lose in the second round. That's for sure. I think they're.
I don't think Harden makes the team better.
Oh, I do.
Because you got to I mean, that really isn't talking about who's better as a player though, because that's the team fit around you too. Like you're taking out Giannis, a defensive-minded guy who's plays in the paint guy, and putting in Steph Curry. That's just.
But I still think the Bucks
I don't think the Bucks would be better with Steph Curry over Giannis because the fit is just really weird. You have Eric Bledsoe.
I don't think so either. That's why I have Giannis.
Who do you have at big men though?
No, I'm saying I don't think Steph Curry is better than Giannis.
But why are you? Oh,
I'm saying if I take.
Oh, you said on the Clippers team. Yeah. I thought you said on the Bucks for some reason. I thought you said on the Bucks for some reason.
I take away Kawhi and put Giannis, AD in there. They're better.
Okay, I thought for some reason I thought you said the Bucks. That's my bad.
Steph is the other one I said.
Giannis and AD
and Steph. I think that team is better with all 3 of those guys.
But the thing is, here's what I think though. If you have LeBron and AD, obviously are the best duo in the league.
Yeah.
But if you were to have LeBron and Kawhi over LeBron and AD,
I'm taking
that
LeBron.
Would be a better duo. I think so. I think so. I think it would be, and I can tell that you're kind of thinking so too.
No, dude.
I think that you forget in 2019, Kawhi Leonard owned the playoffs. He owned the playoffs. I know he had the poor game 7. and everything. But I'm just saying, if I need Kawhi or taking Kawhi or Giannis right now, or Kawhi or AD, I'm still taking Kawhi. You know, the one bad Game 7 isn't going to make me like just absolutely not take Kawhi.
Yeah. And Kawhi is still, I mean, he still put him top 7.
Yeah, because
he's not garbage.
The reason why I said Kawhi and Giannis and AD are kind of comparable, just because they're all guys who are going to score 25 plus, and
really good defenders.
And they're all really good. They're really good defenders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they are a little, you know, AD and Giannis are more of rim protectors, where Kawhi is more of a perimeter defender. But, yeah, I mean that's
a fair point.
It's a fair, like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I want to see why you believe that. But yeah, I'm taking Kawhi over him.
Number 2, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think he's seriously right now the most dominant player in the NBA. Haven't seen KD play in a while.
And that's one thing. I have KD at 2. And I've always been at KD as the second best player in the league for the past, like, ever since he was with the Thunder. I've never really
wavered from
given
that.
up. And that might be a bias, maybe, because maybe I should take into consideration that, you know, we haven't seen him play in an entire year, so I don't know how he's going to be. But the KD that I know, and the Jarrett Allen saying that KD is better than ever, I don't know if he's just saying that to hype up the fans, but like KD has times where he not only looks like the second best player in the league, but he looks like the best player in the league.
I think Giannis
AKA
has those
when he knocked down the 2 dagger shots over LeBron in games 3 and 4 of the finals in 2018. I don't know. KD is just, I mean, I can make it the argument that KD's the best scorer of all time, not just we should do that, by the way. Didn't we talk about that once?
Yeah, but he's
the
not
best
better
scorers
than
of all time. Maybe not, but I've never seen a player like KD
or Wilt.
It's just, yeah, but what KD can do is nuts.
Or Kareem.
I know, trust me, I get, but Kareem played 30 years in the NBA. I mean,
but he also had
But I'm just saying, if I need a guy to go score for me, I would probably give the ball to KD over Jordan, because KD
just the 7-foot
can pull up in your face from 30 feet. You know, and Jordan can't really do that.
Here's another argument to why I think Giannis is better than KD. Like,
I'm gonna check the video real quick.
This second. I actually want you. No, you're good. I'm gonna wait for you to sit back down.
Well, just start saying it. I'll listen.
So I think right now that I think the only player who really has a shot at stopping KD in the league, like not stopping him, but slowing him down the most,
Giannis
is Giannis.
See, I would think it's Kawhi.
Dude, 7-foot Giannis D-boy.
But the thing is, I don't think anybody can, though.
No, I'm saying slow down. Just a little bit.
I don't think anybody can,
really?
Though. Like, I don't think there is a player in the league that can
40 every night.
That's why I take KD over Harden, like, scoring-wise, like, who's the better scorer. And trust me, I probably am a bigger Harden fan than KD fan, because I think that there is players that can, like, I think if you stick Giannis on James Harden, yeah, Harden might still drop 30 because, you know, he'll draw fouls and everything, but Giannis can contain Harden. Kawhi could, I think you could agree, Kawhi could contain Harden. Yeah. But I don't think there's a player in the league that can. No. I don't think there's a player in the league that can contain KD on the offensive side of the basketball.
But it has happened.
When?
The finals?
Give me a time. When? What finals?
The 2012?
The 2012 finals, I mean, KD was 21 years old. I mean, he wasn't even in his prime yet, and LeBron was the best player in NBA history. KD never been contained. I don't think there's an example of KD
I don't think LeBron's ever been contained.
No, I don't think he has either. No. There's never been an example of Kawhi or KD like, oh, he played bad in this series. No, he didn't.
Right.
So, and then one obviously is LeBron. Yeah.
One is LeBron.
I was trying to think of a funny player I could say, but I was Svi Mikhailuk's like always the go-to. Mason Plumlee, number 1. LeBron at number 1. If you don't think LeBron's still number 1, especially after the ring, like you're just
a hater. You are an
I know a lot of people like back in like the KD and Curry stage were taking Curry over LeBron, taking KD over LeBron. Then
it's so disrespectful.
I wouldn't agree with it, but it's definitely a lot more debatable than it is now to say LeBron's not the greatest, because the thing is, you can't say LeBron's not the greatest when there isn't a solid number 2 guy either. A lot, like I have KD at 2, you have Giannis at 2. Some people have Kawhi at 2. Some people still have Curry at 2. Hell, some people probably have Anthony Davis at 2. So you can't say LeBron isn't 1 when there isn't even a solid number 2. Does that pretty much wrap up everything though?
LeBron James is not only number 1 in the league right now, he's number 1 in the league all time.
Well, yeah, and we did that already,
He's
so
the
everybody
GOAT.
knows that. He's the GOAT.
He just won a ring with gray in his beard. He is the GOAT.
LeBron James, man. That would be cool to see him win another MVP,
Yes,
man.
sir.
But it's not.
It's
gonna
never
happen.
gonna. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care, and they're not gonna give it to him either.
Yeah.
Like
Unless it's his last year ever. But if you were putting up
He'd have to
MVP
put up some
numbers,
crazy
if your
numbers,
last
yeah.
year
If
ever,
you put up like at least 25 and like 9, sure, we'll give it to you.
yeah.
And your team wins 60 games. So yeah, that pretty much wraps everything up. Check us out. If you're listening on YouTube, hit the like, subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts,
Rate
press
us.
the download, rate us, and also check out our TikTok because we're going to make a lot of TikToks right now. So,
A lot.
Yeah.
Like at least.
Like, I think we're going to make 5, just
Yeah.
with this list here
Yeah.
and post them all separate days.
yeah.
That's a genius idea.
Genius.
So, all right. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.